Say that we are suffering from COVID fatigue might be the biggest understatement.
So what does that mean for our own behavior every time there is a new variant? CBS 17 anchor Russ Bowen joins us. Russ, some behaviors are already changing.
Yeah, they are. All you have to do is look at Americans suddenly having trouble getting home to understand why. You could call it Groundhog Day.
For the airline industry as a whole, I think they're pretty nervous this morning.
Or liken it to a COVID purgatory.
This is a political hot potato, but I think that until we get some more information, I think it's a reasonable thing to do.
Flight restrictions and all that could follow, now resting on what we learn about Omicron.
Do you worry that they'll just stop listening and doing?
Yeah, there is a lot of fatigue and people get tired of listening. I think people are sometimes listening to the wrong information. So it's a real problem.
So doctors like Paul Cook are working to get the right information out there. Information that's changing our behavior as we figure out how to keep on going despite every announcement of a new variant.
I want to make sure I'm taking precautions, that I'm not being an undue risk to myself or others, but that I don't want to, live in a hole and not go out and explore an adventure.
Scott Keys with Scott's Cheap Flights is already seeing a new trend.
If the Omicron variant turns out to be very significant, I think you might see a pretty big pullback from international travel interest. And in large part, domestic travel interest picking up some of that slack.
Because traveling in the U.S. does give people a sense of control, even when the alarm bells go off that there's a new variant. Just be smart about it.
Every time I see people saying, well, it looks like there's light at the end of the tunnel, we're almost at the end of this, I'm concerned about that because we're not there yet.
And traveling is just one example of how people are learning to adapt, not panic, and live with what's likely to stick around, unfortunately, for a long time, Rod.
Very true, Russ. Thank you.